Oh shit. Here we go again.
Which highlights some of the GOATs with baseball season starting. We got the King Griffey Jr. rookie. What?
Hell yeah.
Two-sided Randy Johnson rookie. What? Two
Damn.
for one. Yeah, cool story. Cool story on this actually. Not cool, but it's kind of fucked up. Part insight into JD's life. How did I get this card? Well, it's not it's a dual card. There's two cards in there, but this was given to me when I was like 11 years old by my would-be stepfather at the time. His name was Tom, and it's kind of been carried on, but he was shot and killed in 2016, and so like it's a cool little piece that's been carried on. Ain't much to talk about, ladies and gentlemen, but we are back yet again with another beautiful episode of Real Conversations with myself, Cozy, and my partner, Cody Murphy, coming to you live from my mom's basement, and Cody Murphy tucked away, hoping that his daughter does not find him.
Yeah, hopefully she just got out of the bath, so hopefully she's getting ready for bed and won't come back here. We'll see.
It's a nice little. You got the. How far along is Kaylee now with number 2?
Well, she's due in June, so we got
we're
a couple
coming
more months to go.
A couple more months before it starts. God, I pray for you, brother. There's your update on Cody Murphy's life.
Yes, sir. Oh yeah, my CTE is fine, by the way, guys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get on medication next week. It'll be all good.
Forgot to bring that up. That was something posted on social media if you guys didn't see it. Some guy apparently believed that Murph has CTE, which at this point, don't we all in a little bit of ways? We don't even know that much about CTE. So if you've been hit in the head 1, 2, 10, 25 times, if you played football in high school, you probably got CTE. That's just the basis of it. Like, we're all pretty much fucked. They're going to cut open all of our brains in 50 years and be like, damn, this is why this generation was fucked. Right here.
Yeah.
High school football players. But we really don't have shit to talk about except for college basketball. That's really about it. Justin Fields, we can start off with that. Let's start there because that's a good topic. It's a good discussion topic. Steelers, prime position, put themselves in a good spot for the future. They went and acquired Justin Fields for a 6th-round pick, conditional 4th-round pick, which for people who didn't quite understand the terms of that, it was if he plays more than 51% of the games, so he plays before the bye week, which say the bye week's halfway mark, then they'll get the Bears will get a 4th-round pick out of it. But still, I think that's on the low end. It seems to me like the Bears did Fields a favor. He wanted to go to Pittsburgh. They were like, all right, we'll settle. We'll do right by you. We'll send you to Pittsburgh. We'll take less as long as we believe you're going into a good position.
Yeah, I don't think the market was there for Fields. They probably shopped him around a lot and felt like they couldn't get the value that they asked for. And after Atlanta signed Cousins and all the other free agency moves happened, I feel like they kind of felt like they had a decision to make: do we keep Fields or do we trade him and draft Caleb Williams? And so I think it almost confirms now that Caleb Williams to Chicago is probably what's going to happen. But I think they just couldn't find a good suitor. And so they kind of, I don't want to say they settled because I think I just thought, we figured Justin Fields would have went for more than just a 6th-round pick, Yeah. But I mean, the Steelers, once again, they're loading up. They're going to be, that quarterback room is totally different. They deal Kenny Pickens to Philadelphia,
Yeah.
and they're building this roster to be a contender next year. Not just
Yeah.
next year, but for years to
For the
come.
future. Yeah, because
Right.
if they get the bad end of the stick with Russell Wilson, they've got Justin Fields waiting in the wings. And the way I see it, this could be beneficial for Fields and Russell Wilson. It's both of these guys, they don't say there's a competition, but both of these guys are going to go in to learn and prove something. Fields will teach him, I'm sure, a little bit about escapability and pocket, just getting out of the pockets. That's the game anymore. And then Russell can teach him how to be a leader because, granted, he's corny, but the dude does the right things on and off the field. I think some pocket awareness and stuff like that, how to not turn the ball over and stuff will be good for Justin. I think the future of Pittsburgh is bright, and I hate the Steelers. So that's hard for me to come to terms and say I have no reason to hate the Steelers, but I've always hated the Steelers, and goes back to when I was a kid and Big Ben and that whole squad. I didn't like Le'Veon Bell. Don't like Antonio Brown. They're all little dickheads, but I think it's just Steelers fans. They're like Cowboys fans. I just hate them. You guys are annoying. It's like
They
UK
can
basketball
be,
fans.
but I will say they are loyal to a fault. You never
Loyalist.
meet like a fair weather Steelers fan. They're usually
Yeah.
diehard, and they ride or die with their team. So you at least got to give them that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Steelers, they're going to be that whole division. We talked about it last week, but that whole division is going to be absolutely insane. It's going to be tough to find wins within the division.
Yeah. Well, let's do this. If you were grading this offseason, you'd give the Steelers an A?
Yeah, I think they've done the most so far and done the best job so far.
Yeah. Who else would you put in that elite category of offseason moves? And then tell me who did the least. Who got the F minus?
Well, I can tell you the F minus off the bat is Dallas. They didn't do
That's
anything. They let their premier running back go, and they didn't sign. They didn't even try to sign one of these other guys. These other running backs that are out there that are available. Which, I mean, in their defense, they do have an already pretty good roster. They didn't really need to improve much anywhere, but still, I feel like you have to at least go out and attempt to make a move, make a splash move somehow. Because obviously they're not good enough, to not do anything. They need to improve somehow. Maybe they do it through the draft, who knows.
Yeah.
But I just feel like they were the most stagnant. Also, I know Washington has made a lot of moves, but they haven't, they've added old, washed up dudes.
If it was 2018, they had made the greatest offseason additions of all time. But
yeah, but everybody that they
24.
signed are like 37, 36 or older. I mean, there's not much of a future there.
Got Bobby Wagner, Zach Ertz. They got the 2018 Pro Bowl on their roster.
Yeah.
And that's I think I would put them in like a C because I can see what they're doing. They moved off of Sam Howell, which fine. I like Sam Howell. I think he's going to be a decent little quarterback. He's going to play like a Gardner Minshew role probably his whole career. Going to bounce around, backup gig, probably spot starts and make short-term start gigs. But I think what Washington is doing is prepping to try and pull like a Jaden Daniels. Because if they go and get Drake May, didn't they just draft the same guy?
Yeah, I mean, they basically drafted Sam Howell 2.0. I think they have to go get somebody that's going to be franchise defining type guy,
Yeah.
But next to the Steelers, I know Atlanta signing Cousins. That's a big move. I think that's going to at least put us in the conversation for the division to win the division next year. I think Seattle adding Sam Howell, that's probably a really good move. The Ravens picking up Henry, that's huge. Packers going out and get Josh. I would say probably Baltimore after the Steelers because they were like one piece away from really having that, being able to dominate, which they were dominant last year. But what I'm saying is they were one premier back away from just being able to run it down Kansas City's throat. And
Yeah.
I know their game plan kind of fell apart early in the AFC Championship game, but if you have Henry in there, you're going to feed him. He's going to get 12, 15 touches every game, almost. So I think that's going to be the most impact. It goes Steelers number 1, Baltimore number 2, Atlanta number 3, and then at the bottom end, probably Dallas and Washington.
Dallas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Throw Green Bay in that mix, I'd say. Throw Philly in the mix. They're probably somewhere in the upper C, low B range. And then I think that's the bulk of the teams was just about that. Go handle your business real quick, and I will continue this as for. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you get a single section of Mr. J.D. Kozak. For those who don't know, I will be moving to Northern Kentucky Friday. So you hear this episode on a Wednesday. You get this. This is the last episode in my mom's basement. Live from my mom's basement. This is the last episode here, and I am very thankful for the opportunity. And she let me come back home for a short period of time while I figured out the new housing arrangements with the beautiful Michaela Lambius, my girlfriend, which this is something I am excited to carry on. I am starting a new job, new venture, and our time frames will change a little bit. I know Murph's starting a new job, which we haven't really broken into. We're still waiting for some things to solidify, but it's brighter pastures ahead. You won't be looking at the hanging blankets here. You'll be looking at a brand new and improved podcast studio, and hopefully,
all right, I'm back.
Beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the return of the great Cody Murphy. Let me get a round of applause. Crowd goes wild. If I could figure out a way to get the fireworks from what's it the Arkanins, I would to like come on here,
like the little splatter effect, like that's what it look like.
I'd get you a nice little shade of thermal white if I was good with the green screen, which someday I kind of hope to have like a little green screen. I was just telling people that this is the last one from my mom's basement, so this glorious display will no longer be in the background, which highlights some of the goats with baseball season starting. We got the King Griffey Jr. rookie. What?
Hell yeah.
Two-sided Randy Johnson rookie. What? 2 for 1. Yeah, cool story. Cool story on this, actually. Not cool, but it's kind of fucked up. Part insight into JD's life. How did I get this card? Well, it's not it's a dual card. There's 2 cards in there, but this was given to me when I was like 11 years old by my would-be stepfather at the time. His name was Tom, and it's kind of been carried on, but he was shot and killed in 2016, and so like it's a cool little piece that's been carried on for the most part. Sad story in the end, but
shout out
people
Tom
out there. If you're curious, look it up. Donald Trump did a whole ceremony on him getting shot and killed in Danville.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Police officer shot and killed, cold blood. Crazy shit. I'm just like, I'm in college. All I get is a phone call like, hey, Tom's been shot. I'm like, do I need to come home? Like, what the fuck's going on?
Damn. That's pretty. That's pretty crazy, honestly.
Crazy. Yeah, there's a little tidbit not a lot of people know about.
Maybe we should do that every week. We should just have like a little story time. I think we did that before.
Yeah, little nugget info.
Yeah, just a little tidbit here and there. A little insight into our
pull a
lives.
piece. Yeah. Little pull a piece of it. I got more shit. Where's this from, JD, you may ask? Where's the crown from? For the people who may know. Once upon a time was royalty. Lakewood Lancer 2013 prom king. How about that?
Wow. Nice. Tell me you peaked in high school without telling me you peaked in high school.
And then we obviously got the legendary historical Vice City championships.
Yes, sir.
Big
Yes,
rings,
sir.
big money. Actually, these are probably like $12. Thanks, Clay Hill.
Yeah, I appreciate it, bud.
Appreciate it. But let's
I
get
think
back to
the Fungo Pops or whatever those are called are probably worth more than the rings.
To be honest. Yeah, to be honest. There's some cool ones up here too. This one I've never seen this Spider-Man before. It's Spider-Man in the Bug Eyes armor. Oh shit.
Wow. Yeah, I've never seen that one before either.
Yeah, never seen that one. And the other ones are just from the movies. Obviously, everybody knows I'm a Spider-Man guy, goat superhero. Says a lot about a person if their favorite superhero is Spider-Man. I'm just saying, if you like somebody else, you're a piece of shit. I'm just saying.
Wow. What about Batman?
You probably had a rough childhood. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well,
Is your favorite superhero Batman?
I mean, yeah, it was for a long time. I guess it still is, but
Yeah.
kind of the last and I know we're way out in left field right now, but the last 3 years of superhero movies really has just turned me off to that whole
Turned you off.
genre, you know?
Yeah.
And so I kind of have not really invested into superheroes or the Avengers or the Justice League or anything like that. Like I'm still waiting for something to come along to recapture me on that, front. But maybe
yeah. I think James Gunn will do that for DC,
I hope
Superman, Batman, all that shit.
He did a great job with the Guardians of the Galaxy. But the Justice League and DC, it's supposed to have a little bit more of seriousness though.
Yeah.
So I hope
agree.
he doesn't do what Taika Waititi did with Thor: Love and Thunder and just try to make everything a joke. Because that's not the tone of DC. DC was supposed to be darker, and more serious.
Yeah.
So I think James Gunn has a very imaginative, he's a visionary in that aspect, but also I want to be able to see that he can keep it a more serious tone, like a more grave, situation. Yeah. So
yeah,
we'll see though.
We'll see. Can't be as bad as what Star Wars is headed down right now with
No, I can't do Star Wars. I want to see really the best Star Wars thing that has come out since Rogue One, in my opinion, was the Cassian Andor series. We talked about it. We talked about that before on one of our earlier episodes. Season 2, I don't know when it's scheduled to release, but if you watch the first season, it's really, really good. And it ends on a cliffhanger, so hopefully
for more.
Yeah, hopefully they bring back for season 2.
Nice. Well, shit, we got way off track. I don't even know where we're headed right now, but stay with us, ladies and gentlemen. How about we roll over? Let's cut through and let's make a bracket, dude, for the podcast.
Let's do it.
A podcast bracket.
The official Cozy and Murph.
And we'll place it everywhere. And if we win the perfect bracket, we'll pay everybody that listens to an episode $1.
All right. Are you filling it out or am I filling it out?
It don't matter. We can both fill one out.
We'll fill it out at the same time.
If we have discrepancies, we can call it separate. But basically, there's some playing games tonight. Right now, I believe that who's playing right now? The Rams nope. That one starts at 9:10.
Wagner beat Howard. Or no, okay. There's 3.5 minutes left actually. Wagner is up on Howard by 67-54. Then Colorado State plays Virginia at 8:10 on True TV. So
yeah, I hope Virginia loses that game. I can't stand how Virginia plays basketball just from years past. It's the slowest.
What was the big deal with them getting in? Like, I know I heard, a bunch of people talking about it. Like, what's the big deal? Because Virginia usually is a staple to make it in, to at least make it in the tournament.
I'm pretty sure their record's like 19-14.
It's 23-10.
Oh, well, I'm thinking of somebody else then. But I think the biggest gripe is people just being like their basketball is miserable to watch. It's slow. It's very half court, play driven. It's like it's
Old school.
Yeah, it's how basketball is actually supposed to be played, but ain't nobody here for that. We want some. We want
to see Kentucky and Alabama. Type shit. It's just honestly, like jacking up shots. Just get bro. About a freaking 85 possessions a game.
Nobody wants to see Buddy bring it up to half court, have 4 screen sets. Yeah, I'm not doing it. Set a pick. Nah, bub.
The score's like 47-38 or something.
Yeah, a high school girls basketball game. Yeah, that's crazy. But we'll see how they do tonight. Colorado State's not a bad little team. I think they've got a chance.
They're favored 2.5 points on ESPN bet.
I'm an anti-Virginia person because I don't want that slow shit in my life. But most of the games start Wednesday, and if you haven't yet, get in while you can, because I'm gonna try and have this out before the games start. But
there's 2 more playing games tomorrow, which is Wednesday, March 20th.
So the main is Thursday.
It's Thursday, 21st. Yes.
Okay, so everybody will have a chance to hear this, and then get your brackets into the Cozy and Murph group. Type it in, Cozy and Murph. It's simple. Do that. Also check out the little. I think people got scared away because it sounds like betting, but really you're putting in $10 and you're picking lines. You're not placing bets if you don't want to, but it's like whoever has the most. So it's like underdog favorite, or pick your favorite underdog, your favorite, your favorite spread, your favorite money line, and over under. It's like if you hit 5 out of 6 and that's better than everybody else, you win that. You win that round. Whoever has the most hits by the championship round wins.
So what's the tiebreaker? Like, what if you have people who tie?
That I don't know. It'll probably come down to, I would say, points, and because there's a championship round that added in 2 extra rounds, 2 different bets. So
is it like elimination style where?
I think they're doing like cumulative, the way that that's.
Okay.
So like from day 1 to championship game, and I think they're gonna do. The tiebreaker is probably gonna be 5 bets in the championship game. So I think over under will be 1 money line. And then I can't remember how Seth described it, but I'm sure that they'll figure out a way. They're all smart people. All I'm doing is each round going in picking, but I can tell people what I did pick. So like for the round of 68, I took the round of 68. There is favorite spread, underdog spread, over under, underdog money line. So for my favorite spread, I like Drake minus 1.5 to win, or to cover the 1.5. So they're probably I think they'll win. But and then underdog spread, I like the McNeese State plus 6 over Oregon. Over the Oregon game is over 133. I think the Illinois game's going under 147. And then the underdog money line, I got Mississippi State over Michigan State. Yeah, because I hate Michigan State. But they're probably
Michigan State's a favorite in that game.
Yeah.
Huh.
I know.
Even though they're a lower seed.
Yeah. Overall, that one threw me off, so I'm taking Mississippi State there. Like Brady took he took McNeese as his underdog money line, especially with the news that Kansas's guard is out for the remainder of the year. Freaking Seth took Virginia's money line, underdog money line to win. So he locked that one in early. But they don't need to be locked in until Thursday is just like the brackets are. But that's getting off course.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and fill out our bracket, and then we can talk some more betting.
It's probably what we should be talking about, honestly, is the betting
I think
stuff.
JMU has a chance to shock the world. Well, not the world, but
yeah,
make a run.
I got them making a nice little run in one of my brackets, because I don't take Duke very seriously.
No, they haven't played well in the last 2-3 weeks.
So I can see them beating Wisconsin, even though I do think Wisconsin's good. But JMU, man, they shoot the ball really well. They play good defense.
They've won 30 games.
That's what I'm saying. Like they're a senior-led team. Wisconsin, just from what I see, they crumbled under the pressure. So James Madison doesn't really have shit to lose. And there's always a 12-5 upset. And then Duke, I don't think they're rolling on all cylinders into this first-year coach. I don't think they are. So they could find themselves into a Sweet 16 fairly quickly. And that could be where JMU plays Kentucky, and God only knows. I mean, Kentucky could beat you by 40 or lose in the most heartbreaking fashion.
Yeah. I don't want to get too far ahead, but it's going to be tough for Kentucky to win their second game. I think if we can get past Oakland, which Oakland has one of the best three-point shooters in the nation.
Yeah.
But I think if we can shut him down, then we can kind of, control that game and come out with a win. But after that, it's NC State or Texas, and both of those teams scare me.
Yeah.
Because just the NC State, they have that big dude down low. What's his last? Burns. He's like huge, and we don't have anybody that can match up with him. Yeah. And all they're going to do is dump it down to him and let him go to the basket. And Kentucky will probably have 40 fouls.
Yeah.
So that kind of scares me.
Best bet, just run everybody. Just try and run.
That's what we should be doing the whole season. But
just
all right, everybody. Let's do the Eastern region, and then we'll do West, and then we'll do South, and then we'll do the Midwest.
Okay, I got you. So we got East, the 1 seed UConn going up against Stetson. I don't really have any qualms here, but I would take UConn.
Yeah, taking UConn.
Then we have number 8 FAU against number 9 Northwestern. FAU's got a solid record. They're not a bad looking team either. 2-1 against top 25. Northwestern 2-3 against top 25. 82.5 points per game that's a lot for a team. 25-8. I would take FAU here.
Yeah, I think I put FAU on most of my brackets.
Yeah, I would take FAU. Now the San Diego State UAB one is where I'm seeing a lot of people pick up an upset, which I think a lot of people obviously get jumpy, but San Diego State is a historical program, and they're 3-0 against top 25. Their better points is the opponent's points per game. They hold teams to 66 points. As much as UAB scores 78 points, they also give up 76 points.
San Diego State. I hate doing it, but most of these games, you always want to take the higher seed.
Yeah, chalk.
And it usually doesn't go. It usually isn't until you get down to like the 5-12 or the 6-11 games where those are like your upsets. Because most of the time, your 1 is going to be to 16, 2 is going to be a 15, and then your 8 and 9 is kind of a toss up.
Yeah.
But 4 and 13, I'm picking Auburn over Yale all day.
Yeah, that's
the way they finished the SEC tournament. I mean, they were on a roll.
Auburn's been looking really, really good. BYU and I don't even know how to say their name all the time. I just Duquesne. I thought it was Duquesne.
It's got to be like French or something.
Something. I don't know much about these teams. I've seen Duquesne play their championship game. They look like a good team, but BYU, man, they're putting up 82 points per game. They have the BPI. I mean, they're top 20 against. I mean, they've played a top 20 schedule. It's tough. But I would take BYU.
I'm gonna go with BYU as well. I mean, obviously we're gonna make the same picks, but
yeah.
the thing that kind of gives me a little bit of hesitancy is Duquesne hasn't been to the tournament since 1977.
It's
So that
always
kind
the
of gives
Cinderella.
me a little bit of, it seems like there'll be a little bit of extra motivation to at least win one game, but
Just win one.
I don't know.
Yeah.
BYU scores a lot of points, like you
A
said.
lot of points. That's
Yeah,
tough.
I think they play better competition too as well. So
Yeah.
I think BYU's will win that game.
Yeah. Next game is Illinois at number 14, Moorhead, which is kind of cool to see Moorhead get into a tournament. It's a Kentucky school that people forget about. But Illinois scores a lot of points themselves, and they have a good defense. I think Moorhead plays a little bit of a slower pace. They just don't have the athletes. My issue is Illinois seems to falter when pressure comes on, but I would take them here. I just don't see them making a run. Now this is a game I picked as an upset, the Washington State-Drake game.
Yeah, I don't know much about either one of these teams.
So Washington State 2-0 against top 25. Drake has not played a top 25 team, but I feel like in basketball, a top 25 team just means you got taller guys, really. At this point, shooting and pace probably wins most tournament games. That's why I don't take Purdue very seriously. They rely too much on one sole big man. Drake scores 81 points a game. Got a better defense.
Okay, let's go with Drake.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. They beat Nevada, who's a higher rank. I mean, they're people are making them to make a run. The Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, they beat him. Oof. Let's take Drake here. And we'll run with it. Iowa State has looked really freaking good too. Just from, they've played 11 top 25 teams. They're pressured.
I like how it gives you these little like tidbits right here. Number 2 seeds are 141-11 versus number 15 seeds, which is 92.8%. However, for the first time ever, a 15 seed has won a first round game in each of the past 3 tournaments. But I'm still taking Iowa State. Like
it makes me skeptical. This is why March is absolute fucking madness. Dear God. All right, do you want to keep going in the East, or you want to move on?
Let's go ahead and do all the way to the Final Four in the East, and then we'll just do each region that way.
Okay, we'll go back up. We got UConn at FAU. I still think UConn's probably the heavy favorite.
Yeah, I'm going UConn with that one.
San Diego State and Auburn here. Now, this is where my recency bias comes into play. I would take Auburn. I think Auburn's a really good team.
Yeah, I'm going to take Auburn as well.
BYU and Illinois, I feel like is a tough one just looking at their numbers. Very identical points per game, opponents' points per game, BPI, losing record against top 25. I'll give one to the Big Ten. Maybe Illinois. The only one. Yeah, maybe the only one. Drake, Iowa State. Like I said before, Iowa State has played good ball. Drake is a good little shooting team. I think Drake has their highlight moment. I'll take Iowa State here. So unfortunately, we took 1, 2, 3, 4 in this bracket, but
that's what I'm telling you, man. It's how it shakes out. You look at your bracket at the end, and you're like, "Damn, I've got two 1 seeds, a 2 seed, and a 3 seed in the Final Four." It's like,
I didn't mean for it, but
yeah, it's not like I'm doing it on purpose, but it just logically that's the way it shakes out.
Yeah.
Now, UConn versus Auburn, that's going to be a war, I think.
Yeah.
Because both teams play a very physical brand of basketball.
Oof.
And I could see either team coming out, but I just think UConn they're just the favorite this year. Like I said, they've been one of the best teams all year. Auburn has kind of had an up and down season, but ever since they got beat by Kentucky at home, they've turned it on and have not looked back. So I could see either team winning that game.
Man, Who's their coach? What is it? Bruce Pearl?
Bruce Pearl.
He's a good coach, too.
Yes, he is. But so is Dan Hurley. Or
Yeah.
Bob
Bobby
Hurley. Or
Hurley. Yeah.
Jim
One of the
Hurley.
Hurley
Or whatever
brothers.
the fuck his name is.
One of
Hurley.
the Hurley brothers.
Yeah.
I think I would take UConn barely. I think Auburn. This is like national championship level game right here. Like this is the one. If it's here, you tune in to watch. You tune in to watch. What would you think? You think Auburn takes this one?
No, I'll take UConn.
Yeah, I like UConn there. I mean, I think it's close. I think
like I said, I could
it'll
see
be a
either
war.
one winning, but I think UConn at least makes it to the Final Four.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm right there with it. Now looking at this one, Illinois, Iowa State, this one's a little bit more tough for me. Illinois, they just score a lot of points. But Iowa State's defense is legit.
Yeah, I was going to say, Iowa State holds their opponents to 61 points a game. 6-5 against top 25, 13-5 in conference. BPI ranks 6.
I think I'd take Iowa State here. I think
Yeah.
they can. I don't believe in Illinois. They didn't have to play anybody on their fucking way to a Big Ten championship. Ohio State.
I think
got
you're just
screwed.
salty that they beat Ohio State.
Fuck off. Next region. No. Who we got?
One more.
We got
UConn and Ohio and Iowa State. Real quick. I'm taking UConn. They're coming out of the west. Or east. They're coming out of the east.
It's got to be UConn. I think UConn has real potential to repeat. Are we going to the South?
Sure, yeah, we can do South next.
We'll just go straight across. All right, we got Houston at Longwood. No discussion. I'm going to take Houston. I think they're in the same category as UConn. Nebraska A&M. I think this will be a really good game. Fun game to watch.
Fun fact. Nebraska has never won an NCAA tournament game.
Well, sold. I am in on Nebraska.
Really? See, I think A&M is gonna beat the
Pound
piss out of them. Yeah.
What's that little
Buzz
Asian
Williams.
guy
I can't fucking stand that. That's Buzz Williams is Texas A&M's coach.
Yeah, you got a name like Buzz, you're probably a douche.
He's a good coach though.
Buzz. Yeah.
Oh, the guy from the kid from Nebraska. Keisei Tominaga.
Yeah, dude was throwing up. He's like, I can't even imitate his shot. It's just so wonky, but it goes in. It's like the one guy at the YMCA, like nobody picks, and he's just dumb. Like, how'd you make that, bro? And he's just filleting it on shit.
All right, let's read the analysis overview, and then we'll make our pick.
Make a decision.
It says Nebraska is a quality team as they've been consistently strong on both sides of the ball. Senior Keisei Tominaga is the leading scorer for the Cornhuskers and their most reliable shot from beyond the arc. Nebraska defends all parts of the half court well, partially due to a bench that gets meaningful minutes to keep everyone fresh. Nebraska has trouble with fast-paced opponents, so a bad matchup could mean an early exit for Fred Hoiberg's crew.
Okay, so they got pace.
All right, that's Nebraska. So let me read A&M's real quick.
They got pace and depth. Sorry, I'm making notes out loud. Sorry.
No, you're good. A loss to Florida in the SEC tournament didn't diminish the Aggies' strong finish, as they rattled off 5 straight impressive victories in March prior to that. Buzz Williams' squad enters the big dance with momentum, and that can only be a good thing for a smart team that shoots efficiently. Takes care of the ball, and is one of the nation's best on the offensive glass. I think I'm going with A&M. They're good on the offensive glass. That's what wins games in March.
Turnovers, yeah. Glass and turnovers is key.
I think Nebraska is going to rely too heavily on their shooter, the Tominaga kid, and I think that's just going to hurt them in the end because they're going to have to get a lot of long rebounds. And if you watch that Kentucky game against A&M dominated the boards. Not that Kentucky is necessarily a good rebounding team, but that was the key to victory for A&M in that game.
Yeah. All right, I'm with A&M. We're riding it. This next matchup, though, I think is also another matchup that has a lot of wild picks coming from. We just talked about it. Is the JMU squad 12-5? Wisconsin's defense isn't the greatest. I think they don't really put together complete performances often. Where they do, good little squad. They did it for the most part in the Big Ten championship. But JMU, 85 points a game. They won their one top 25 game. I'd like to take an upset here.
Yeah, I'd like to take JMU. Sorry, Big Cat. I'm taking James Madison.
I don't know much about this Vermont squad. Vermont Duke is the next one. Number 4 seeds have won 78.9% of meetings with number 13 seeds. At least one number 13 seed has beaten a number 4 seed in 27 of 38 tournaments. I don't know if it's here, but I don't think Duke lasts long.
I think Duke at least wins one game.
Yeah.
I think they beat Vermont.
Yeah. I'm with you there. Okay, this is a tough one here. The next one is Texas Tech at NC State. Texas Tech 23-10, NC State 22-14. I know that you said NC State was team of destiny. That was your quote. Right in that, these teams are very, very identical. In points per game. Offensive.
And the reason I said that is because they had just won the ACC tournament, and they pretty much dominated North Carolina from wire to wire. And so they look like a really good team, but they had also played 5 games in 5 days. It's hard to keep that momentum.
Yeah.
After a week. That could be
like,
not a week, but like 3 or 4 days.
Their national championship against North Carolina, really.
Right.
Like, it's hard to get back up after you knock off, one of the best teams in the
Texas
country.
Tech also has a better conference record against top 25 and a BPI rank, and they have the better defense. So
I'm with Tech here.
Yeah, as much as I would love to pick North Carolina State, I think Texas Tech would be the smart pick there.
Yeah. All right, your homeboys right here.
We're picking Kentucky. If they don't win, I'm going to drive personally to Calipari's estate, and I'm just going to start lighting shit on fire, dude. Just kidding. FBI, I'm just kidding. That's a joke. I would never commit arson.
If they watch something's going to catch on fire, they're coming for your ass, bro.
Yeah, I'm going to have to provide an airtight alibi. Like, dude, I swear to God, I was sitting here 3 hours away in freaking Beaver Dam, Kentucky. There's no way I could have been there.
If they lose this game,
it's going to be
better have a full security team to get him out of that building.
It's going to be very bad.
Bad.
That's all I'll say. It's going to be very
Kentucky
bad.
Winning this.
I have full confidence that they will win this game, but I've said that before.
Still nervous. Oh my God. All right, next game is Florida and the winner of Boise State, Colorado. Now, this is also another one that I keep seeing people talk about, which is Florida losing
they lost their big man.
Their big man with his leg getting broken, which is crazy. And both Boise and Colorado are pretty good little squads. But I don't know shit about Florida, dude.
Kentucky split with Florida this year. They have some pretty good guards, and they still do have another big man that is quality. Not as good as the other guy that got hurt, I don't think, but he's good enough to at least carry them through the first round.
All right, I'll take Florida.
Because they've got some shooters. They do have some shooters on the team.
A lot of Kentucky teams in this year. Western Kentucky, Marquette. Marquette's a poised one, too. They've got a good squad on the trapezoid of excellence. They're one of the teams that was primed to make a run. Western Kentucky scores 80 points a game.
I would love for Western to win this game, but I don't see it happening. I think Marquette takes it pretty easily.
Marquette here too. So let's roll back up. We got the round of 32. Houston at A&M. I think Houston. Now, if anybody could upset a 1 seed, it probably is Buzz, but I'll take Houston here.
Yeah, I'm going to take Houston.
Houston has just fallen short a couple times. I think this would be big.
And I think they're hungry to get back because they were in the Final Four last year.
Yeah.
And got upset. So
yeah, I think this is a Houston run inbound. All right, we got potential upset. James Madison, 12 seed against the 4 seed Duke in our round of 32. This is where I think Duke could falter, bro.
Yeah.
James Madison.
Because Duke, let's just a disclaimer here. I fucking hate Duke. Like, I hate Duke basketball with a passion. Yes, I respect their tradition, and I respect, that Coach K built that program from basically nothing into one of the blue blood programs in the country. But fuck them. I can't stand them. I can't stand their players. They're a bunch of little crybaby pussies. And it would bring my heart nothing but joy to see James Madison beat them. And I think that this team, especially this team this year with Duke, they're front runners. If they get down early, they quit.
Yeah.
They quit.
They get punched. Yeah,
you saw that in the NC State game in the ACC tournament. NC State just wanted it more. Yeah. So
I'll take JMU here.
Yeah, let's take JMU. Let's call it a shot.
We need an upset. We need an upset here. This is for people who don't watch part of my take. Wisconsin is, there's 3 hosts on there. It's Big Cat, PFT, and then Hank. And then Wisconsin is Big Cat's team. Duke is Hank's team, and JMU is where PFT went to school. So I think this would be great content if you're a part of my take.
Yeah,
Barstool guy. I got JMU.
If you're an AWL.
If you're an AWL. You're an award-winning listener. All right, big matchup here. We got Texas Tech and Kentucky. I want to take Kentucky here. If they just run everybody, I'm telling you, they could make a fucking Final Four run.
I would love to see it. We have the better record versus top 25, better BPI, better conference record, score more points, but we also give up, more points. So
10 more points, yeah.
Let's go Kentucky here. I'm comfortable taking Kentucky.
Cats it is. Now this is where I think Florida gets got without their big guy. I think Marquette's a good team.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Marquette's defense is really going to be able to slow down the Florida attack, especially without, like you said, without their big man. Let's take Marquette here.
Yeah. All right, we'll scroll back up. We're doing the Sweet 16 of the South. We've got Houston against James Madison. James Madison, you had a great run. Congratulations on the Sweet 16 appearance. But Houston, I do believe that they are hungry to get their way back in there.
I agree.
Now let's roll on down to Kentucky Marquette. This is like the make or break right here for UK. The end all be all. You guys win this game, I think you guys are a good matchup for Houston. Marquette, I feel like just by the numbers, it's going to be a tough game.
Yeah, I mean, I'm good with either way. Kentucky has a better top 25 record, but Marquette has a better BPI. So,
well, that says to me that their record is better.
I'm fine with Marquette here. I think Marquette. As much as I hate it, I want to see my Cats win.
Now close your eyes and do an envision here before we move on from UK.
Okay.
What do you see happening in this game? Is it just too much?
I think Marquette has a solid defense. They hold their opponents to 69 points a game. And Kentucky all year this year has struggled with teams that have a strong defense that want to slow the pace of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, that's exactly, going back to A&M, that's exactly what A&M did against us. And I feel like that's the blueprint to beat this Kentucky team is play possession basketball, slow down, play good defense, and also shoot like 60% from 3. Yeah. But yeah, I mean,
all right, I'll ride with you here. I hope that we're wrong just for the sake of Big Blue Nation, but
me too.
We're allowed to be wrong.
But we're kind of realist here. We don't want to be homers.
Have to be, unfortunately. Now this Houston and Marquette take them to the Final Four. I think Marquette's good. Houston's defense is stifling, dude. They had the number 1 BPI rank. 6-2 versus top 25, and they gave up 57 points a game.
Yeah, this Houston team is a juggernaut in terms of. I know they didn't win their conference tournament, but I mean, really, that doesn't really matter too much in the long run. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Houston here. Just looking at the numbers alone, I mean,
the
Houston
numbers,
is an absolute juggernaut. So yes, we did put another 1 seed in the fucking Final Four.
Well, things are about to get spicy because I don't know about these 1 seeds. There's a lot of talk about the 1 seeds coming up. We'll jump over to the West. North Carolina versus Howard or Wagner. I think the 1 seed slips here.
Really?
Psych. I think the 1 seed moves on. North Carolina.
Okay, I was about to say what?
Wrong verbiage. I think North Carolina gets through here, and they'll face trouble in this next round. They'll probably win, but I think they're going to start getting exposed. I don't really trust this North Carolina team from what I've seen.
Yeah, I don't either. Especially watching them in the ACC championship. I don't know. They didn't look like a team that was gonna win the national championship. You know.
Yeah.
So
now this next game, a lot of controversy too. A lot of people said Michigan State shouldn't have been in, including myself, because fuck Michigan State. Fuck Tom Izzo. The dude's 19-14, and he gets in. Didn't even win a game in the Big Ten tournament.
It's Tom freaking Izzo, though,
I don't give two damns about Tom Izzo.
It's Tom Izzo. He's a staple of college basketball.
Give a fuck.
He's one of the best coaches in the last fucking 30, 40 years, you know, so.
Mississippi State's going to run them off the floor.
All right, I'm comfortable with that. You know, I would love to see the SEC team take it. So I could see this game going either way, but you know, I'm comfortable with Mississippi State. I don't have no qualms
Michigan
about that.
State is 2-7 versus top 25. Mississippi State is 3-6. BPI. Michigan State has the 19th conference record, 8-10. Michigan State 10-10.
They're pretty evenly matched, though. Their offense is really, you know, points per game are really similar, and then opponents' points per game is very similar, within 4 points of each other. So, like I said, this is pretty evenly matched game, but I could see Mississippi State taking it.
I'm riding Mississippi State. If Michigan State wins this game, I'll go to Tom Izzo's house and burn him down. All right.
All right.
I take nothing back from that. St. Mary's Grand Canyon, that trapezoid of excellence thing had St. Mary's as like one of the front runner teams, and I think it's because their defense is insane. And they score 75 points a game, top 15 BPI.
15-1 conference record. Yeah, all right. Let's take St. Mary's.
Yeah, I got St. Mary's here.
Good with that.
Alabama, Charleston. Alabama was ranked as one of those teams that is like Kentucky, just want to run. I think they probably run Charleston off the floor.
At least this first round. Now, next round, they play St. Mary's. I think they'll run into some trouble because they don't want to play defense, and that's what St. Mary's loves to do. So,
yeah, different story there. All right, then we have Clemson, New Mexico. I've seen this one as a lot of upsets because this New Mexico team is apparently the real deal.
Yeah, I think New Mexico they're very fast paced up and down too. So yeah, I'm good with, and I haven't seen Clemson play. Well, I haven't seen either team play, but I haven't heard anything about Clemson. So that makes me, I have heard things about New Mexico, so that kind of makes me lean more towards New Mexico.
Yeah, I'm going to go with New Mexico here. Ladies and gentlemen, we're not experts, so if you're picking your bracket off us, I've watched no college basketball up until the conference tournaments, just so you know. 0. I watched conference tournaments. That was it. Thank you. Baylor, Colgate. I don't know shit about Colgate. I haven't heard nothing about them. They got in. Let's look at their numbers here.
Good on them.
0-2. Baylor, top 15. They were 13th in the BPI conference record.
Yeah.
Colgate,
I'm going Baylor.
Play. Yeah. Baylor it is. Dayton, Nevada. I'm hearing a lot of things about this Nevada team too. 26-7. Dayton 24-7. Dayton has a good team. I've seen them a couple times this year. I lied. I did watch a couple games. And their tickets are $180.
Damn.
I'd look. Yeah, look. But their matchup is crazy. Both are about 75 points a game, and both give up about 67 points a game. Difference is Nevada played 4 top 25 teams this year, and they're 3-1. Dayton played 1, they lost it.
This is a toss-up. I don't know. You pick.
I'm with Nevada here. I've been seeing a lot of talk about them.
This is the
This is the fuck it bracket.
Arizona Long Beach.
I got Arizona.
I'm gonna go Zona.
Now I will say this though, I won't be shocked if this is the 2-15 upset right here.
I mean, nothing. At the end of the day, nothing shocks me anymore in March because we've seen it all.
Yeah.
Especially in the last 5 years.
I don't know what it is about Arizona. They just everything I hear about them is like they're shaky, but they're a 2 seed. I think it was their last stretch that people were talking about was just really shaky. Let's roll back up round of 32. North Carolina against Mississippi State. I'll take Carolina here. I don't think Mississippi State's good, but I think they're better than Michigan State.
Yeah. I'm good with that, North Carolina.
Now, like you said previously, Alabama's going to run into trouble here, I think. I like St. Mary's here.
I think St. Mary's is a better team.
Yeah. Take St. Mary's. We're rolling along. New Mexico, Baylor. See, this is where I don't have an idea. These 4 teams I don't know shit about. It's really toss-ups. Looking at the numbers, it's like they're evenly matched.
I have no clue. This is another toss-up. I have no idea. It's just one of those games where you kind of just pick one
Even
and
the
hope.
Numbers.
Yeah.
I'll take Baylor just because they have the higher. They've played better teams this year, so they should expect some competition.
All right, I'll take Baylor as well.
Nevada, Arizona. I'll take Arizona.
AZ. All right.
1-5-3-2. North Carolina, St. Mary's. I want to take St. Mary's here so bad.
Let's do it.
Let's do
St. Mary's. Let's go.
Call my shot.
I don't even know what's their fucking mascot. The Gales. The Gales. St. Mary Gales. Let's go.
We're riding the Gales. Who's St. Mary's coach? Is that Rick Pitino's team?
No, you're thinking of St. John's.
I'll take.
He almost won the Big East. They ended up getting beat.
Damn. And then I'll take Arizona here. I think this is where a 5 seed can make it to the Final Four.
You think they beat Arizona?
I want to believe it. I want to believe that there's somebody that's not a top 4 seed gets into the Final Four.
I want to believe it. I think St. Mary's defense is good enough.
Yeah.
Even though Arizona does average 87, 88 points a game. Like, damn.
Fuck, they do.
They have a similar record versus top 25. Similar conference record. I don't know.
St. Mary, if you can slow it down, baby, you got this thing. Final Four bound.
All right, let's go St. Mary. Let's put St. Mary's Final Four.
All right, last we got the Midwest.
All right, let's run through this one.
Purdue, bang. Utah State, TCU looking. Utah State 27-6. 2-0 versus top 25. TCU's played more. They got a better PPI. Let's take Utah State.
All right, Utah State it is. There we go.
Gonzaga, McNeese. They're 30-3.
I know. I'm the first-year head coach.
Oh, fuck.
Well, he has head coaching experience, but this is his first year at McNeese. Tough one.
Won in the conference.
And Gonzaga is not as good as they have been traditionally. This is one of the weaker Gonzaga teams.
McNeese.
Let's do it.
Kansas, Sanford. Kansas. Mediocre, but we'll take them. South Carolina, Oregon. South Carolina 26-7. What'd they look like against Kentucky?
They beat us. I think we only played them once and they beat us.
Yeah, 29
Sure.
or 79-62. We're taking South Carolina. Creighton, Akron. Akron was an unexpected make for me, but they won their conference tournament, so they get in. Texas, and can St. Pete repeat?
Did you pick Akron or Creighton?
I'm taking Creighton. I think Creighton's a really good team.
Yeah, okay, that's what I picked too.
Their coach is a smart guy. I like Texas too. I think Texas.
Is it still McDermott at Creighton?
Yeah.
That was Doug McDermott's dad.
Yeah.
He went to the Bulls. The only reason I know that is because the Bulls picked him way back in the day.
Doug McDermott. That dude was a baller.
He was a bucket.
Bucket.
But yeah, I agree. Texas versus UVA or Colorado. I think Texas is good enough to beat either one of those teams.
I didn't think St. Pete would be able to make it back, but
they played really good in their conference tournament. They haven't played a top 25 team all year, though.
No,
that's
Tennessee's
what kind of gives me
good
pause.
Team.
Yeah, I think if Dalton Connect can get his shot off, I think they win easily.
Yeah, I'll take Tennessee there. All right, back up. We got Purdue, Utah State. Purdue. I'm leaning Purdue just because I don't think anybody's going to have a matchup for Edey until the Elite Eight.
Yeah. Well, is Dickinson coming back for Kansas? Or is he still hurt?
No.
Because I know he missed the conference tournament.
He might be back in time for that. Yeah.
That's the only dude I can see that can match up with Edey.
Yeah. Because I'm taking Kansas over McNeese here. Now, I don't think this Kansas team is that good, but they were hurting without Dickinson big time.
Yeah, they're injured. Yeah, they were injured.
You like Kansas over McNeese here?
Yeah, I'll take Kansas. I'll still take Kansas just because I think Bill Self is a good coach.
Yeah, he is.
He has the better talent. So
South Carolina, Creighton. Ugh.
I'm gonna go Creighton.
Yeah, I like Creighton here too. Texas 20-12. Nothing really. I haven't heard a word about Texas all year. I've heard a lot about Tennessee, so I would take Tennessee.
All right, Tennessee. Yeah.
All right, Purdue, Kansas. If they don't have Dickinson, I'd give it to Purdue here.
I don't know, man. Every time I pick Purdue to go far, they always lose in like the second round.
Right, but I agree with that. Purdue's been a flop, but at some point they got to get it right?
And yeah, this is Edey's senior year, right? So he's not.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'll take Purdue.
All right, let's go Purdue. I'm good with it. Let's go Purdue.
All right, now Creighton, Tennessee. Is this another SEC team fall or what? Ugh,
see, what gives me pause is I think that team plays as good as their best player does. So if, like you saw in the SEC tournament, Dalton Connect had a bad game and they got beat pretty bad. So it all depends on him. If he's able to come out and hit threes, knock down shots early, and then get in his groove and get to the basket and get fouled, I think they could beat anybody. Yeah. But it all depends on him, though.
Yeah, Connect averaged 21 points a game. Their second best scorer scored 12. Now, Creighton has a guy that scores 18 and a half, and the second best scorer scores 18. So, like, they have multiple guys. And the one guy, I mean, they both average 4 assists a game, 5 assists a game, and 6 and 9 rebounds a game on Creighton. Like, they're a dual talent. I think I'd take Creighton here.
All right, let's go Creighton. Talk me into it.
Purdue, Creighton. Now, it didn't look like Creighton had a big man. I'll take Purdue here.
We're sending Purdue to the Final Four. Okay. So we got 3 ones and a 5.
3 ones and a 5. Fuck.
What did I say? I told you it was going to end up that way.
Fuck. All right. Let's start on this left side here. We got UConn and St. Mary's. It would be sick to see a school like St. Mary's, some no name, make it to the Natty.
It would be, but I think that's wishful thinking. I think we got to be realists here. I'm taking UConn.
Yep. Now, Houston, Purdue. Ooh, this will be a fucking game. Edie scores 24 points a game. Does Houston have a big man? Their defense is so good. Like, they're going to have to rely solely on Edie's size. This is probably where Purdue gets got.
Yeah, and I think Houston, well, their defense is so good. I think they'll be able to double in the post and still rotate out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because a lot of teams where they don't have somebody that if one team has a dominant big man and the other team doesn't have anybody to match up with him, then that's like an automatic double no matter what.
Yeah.
Whenever the ball goes to the post, a lot of teams don't have the defensive structure to rotate out of that and still stay on top of the ball. But I think Houston being able, especially, they're 6-2 versus top 25, the number one BPI, 15-3 conference, hold their teams to 57. So, and their experience.
Yeah. That's
so I think Houston takes it. I think Houston takes it.
Yeah, I like Houston here. And then this is like the most inevitable national championship, but it would be a banger of a game. UConn, Houston, Glendale, Arizona, April 8th. Oh, it would be so good.
It'd be cool to see either.
Awesome.
It'd be cool to see either, and I know I'll probably catch a lot of flack from UK fans because UConn is one of our hated rivals just because every time we've played them in the Calipari era, they've beaten us, in the tournament. But I respect UConn, just as a program. They've gotten it done, and we haven't.
Yeah.
Like, let's just be real here. But it would be, and UConn, if they repeated, it'd be the first repeat since 06-07 with the Florida teams.
Yeah.
So that would be cool to see. But it would also be cool to see Houston, pull it off as well. I gotta go UConn, man. That's what my heart says. I don't know about you. You might be able to talk me out of it.
So it's been nearly 2 decades since the last back-to-back champion. Right. It's hard to repeat, but if you've made it this far.
What does the trapezoid of excellence or whatever say? Aren't both these teams eligible?
Both of these teams are eligible. The one scarcity was that UConn does get ahead of themselves occasionally.
Right. And the game is going to be in Glendale, so I think it'll be easier for Houston fans to travel.
And we always result back to that defense of Houston. So, but UConn scores 82 points per game, Houston 73. I think regardless, it's going to be like mid-70s for both teams. It'll probably come down to who can get the last stops. Houston's played the hardest schedule. Houston the second best schedule. Both of them, 7-2, 6-2 versus top 25.
All right, let's go Houston. I'm good with that. Houston is the winner.
We got Houston.
All right, total points. He said it's going to be in the mid-70s. I say 77, 74.
Yep.
I don't know what that adds up to be.
77, 147.
Pull out my calculator here.
157. No.
God, we're off at 151.
Small town math, babe.
Yes, sir.
You drink beer, I drink beer.
That's all that matters. All right, I'm submitting that bracket. It's in the tournament challenge now.
Yes, sir. We're in there. We're in there like swimwear. All right, bet. I saved that one. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you just sat here for 40 minutes and picked a bracket with us. And if you told us that we're idiots at any point in time, don't let us know because we don't care.
Yeah, we know already.
He has CTE. All right.
Yeah. Duh.
We don't even.
That's
know
what we need to. I know that. What's his name? Fucking Antonio Brown and Chandler Jones is supposed to. Chandler Jones is supposed to start a podcast called the CTE podcast or whatever.
He's got that whole network now, the CTE SPN.
ESPN, yeah. Dude, his Twitter is off the fucking
Off the
chain, dude.
The picture of LeBron with the two girls on the side, and he tweets it at LeBron's wife or whatever.
Yeah, he's a menace, bro. God.
You're a fucking menace, bro. Oh my god. Reports coming in that Brandon Ayuk is meeting with the Steelers. Okay.
Dude, if they get him, you might as well just chalk them in to be the fucking AFC North champs.
I'm trying to look and see if there's anything trending at all, but there's really nothing. Like it's stale world right now, ladies and gentlemen. There's not much beef in the world. There's not much dramatics. It's fucking March. The only thing that actually matters, the only thing that people care about is March Madness. Women's is predictable. It's the top 3 seed, and that's the gist of it. It's probably South Carolina.
Yeah, and I'm sorry. I know that it seems kind of sexist, but I've watched, for as much men's college basketball that I've missed exponentially more of the women's college basketball. So I would be a farce for me to even try to
attempt
pick. Yeah, to make picks. But like you said, most of the time it's, the team that goes undefeated all year or the team that has 1 loss, 2 losses. Usually that's who wins every year. So
South Carolina's undefeated. I've seen that. They were talking about it on Pat McAfee today.
But they'll be missing their best player, that Cordoza chick.
Yeah. LSU will be in there. Caitlin Clark and the Iowa girls will be in there.
I'm rooting for Caitlin Clark. That's what I'm rooting for.
Go win you a natty, Caitlin.
Go Hawkeyes.
Go Hawkeyes. We're a Hawkeyes podcast here. No, we're not. Don't ever
Except when they play Ohio State.
Yeah, fuck them mother. Oh yeah, Ohio State's in. They're like a 2 seed, so they got a chance. I might be the biggest Ohio State fan next week.
Who knows?
We'll see. Shit. All right, let's call it a wrap. We're at an hour 10. We don't go this long. I'm out of breath.
Especially on a week where we said there's nothing to talk about.
There ain't shit to talk about.
Longer than we normally do.
People don't want to hear this bullshit, JD. Turn it off, man. All right. If you enjoyed this episode, like, comment, subscribe, tell somebody. Tell somebody you love somebody. I love you. I love them. I love all of us. I love myself sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes.
Everybody love everybody, including yourself, JD.
Bang. Bang, bang, bang. Peace.
Peace.